KGF Chapter 1 set the tone for the slick gangster flick franchise high on style and details. The first part was all about establishing the intention and power of Raja Krishan Appa Bhairia, aka Rocky Bhai. The second part has all managed to create hype with its promotional content that gave a peek into the film. Does it manage to match that? Well, it does, and provide a better sequel, and also had a big surprise for fans too in the end. Continuing where the previous installment of the series left off, Rocky has taken control of the KGF with all the power and people on his side. Now he has a bigger battle to fight, as Adira, who was thought to be dead, wants to take control of the goldfield. On the other hand, Rocky's release in the first part have turned into the foils and they have set their eyes on the throne as well. In addition to this, Rashmika Sen, the Prime Minister, declares Rocky as the India's biggest criminal and goes after him. How Rocky handles all these issues and whether he retains control over the KGF forms the plot of the film. When KGF Chapter 1 released in 2018, very few expected the second chapter to have such an anticipation and craze. And the credit for this should rightfully goes to two people, director Prashant Neel and Yash. Yash literally shoulders the film and delivers a brilliant performance as Rocky. His screen presence has also improved so much to an extent that all he has to do is just stand and the entire theatre erupts in excitement. Prashant Neel has all come up with an interesting plot points that traces the journey of Rocky neatly. In comparison with the first plot, the emotional core of the sequel is far better despite the same mother-son sentiment. The only portion that doesn't work much are one which involves Srinidhi Shetty, who is back as Reena. Her portion at the time slows down the film's pace. Screenplay-wise and tonally, the film follows the same route the first part took. The entire films look like it's one hero introduction scene after another, and almost each one of them works out like a charm. The better one is the entire stretch involved the pre-interval, interval block and the scene right after the interval. There is no word except the mass that can describe these sequences. Ravi Basroor's background score is scintillating and brings back his magic from the first part. He gives exactly what each scene requires and amps up Rocky's build-up scenes to the next level. Retaining a few songs from the first part like Dheera Dheera sort of forms a connection between both the parts and remind of the things that Rocky did earlier. Wearing a melodious romantic which has been placed at the wrong point, the rest of the song fit the narrative properly. On the other hand, cinematographer Bhuvan Govda and editor Ujjwal Kulkarni work in the tandem to give us some amazing frames. The desaturated color palette adds on the mood of the film. The cuts in the chase sequences would stand as a testament to the Kulkarni's editing skills. Among the performance, Prakash Raj's voice fits the narrator's role well. Sanjay Dutt looks menacing as Adira and ends up as a perfect foil for Rocky. Overall, Prashant Neel have successfully recreated the magic of KGF Chapter 1, rarely losing the focus on what they intended to achieve. With all the actors shaping it with useful performances, Ravi Basroor and Yash carrying the film forward with their respective energies. KGF Chapter 2 ends as a solid commercial flick that has a solid emotional core.